by Mr. Clumsy. Hello, I'm Mr. Clumsy, and clumsy is what I am, without a doubt, very clumsy. Somehow, I don't know how, I always manage to have accidents. Sometimes I have little accidents, sometimes I have big accidents, and sometimes I have in-between accidents. But what I have mostly is lots of accidents, like today. Today was the first day of my new job as caretaker at the local school. I got up early because I didn't want to be late on my first day. I went downstairs into my kitchen to make myself a cup of tea. However, I somehow managed to drop the cup and the handle broke off. Whoops! I put it away in the cupboard with the other 25 cups that I had somehow managed to break the handles off. Then somehow I managed to drop the teapot and broke the spout off. Whoops! I put that away in the cupboard with the other 8 teapots with missing spouts. I decided to have a glass of water instead. But somehow the top of the tap came off in my hand. Whoops! I had to wait for the plumber to come and fix it before I could leave for work. And of course I was late. Oh dear. The head teacher was not at all pleased. She was even less pleased after I somehow managed to sit on her hat. Whoops! The first job was to make sure each classroom had enough chalk. But somehow I managed to break every stick of chalk in the whole school into tiny little bits. Whoops! The teachers had nothing to write on the blackboards with. So the head teacher told me to take her car and go and buy some more chalk. But as I was driving back into the school, the steering wheel came off in my hand and I crashed into the school sign. Whoops! The head teacher was furious. "Really, Mr. Clumsy," she cried, "you are the clumsiest man I have ever met. Please try not to break anything else." But as hard as I tried, nothing would go right. When I mopped the school corridor, I somehow managed to get my foot stuck in the bucket. And I somehow managed to slip on the wet floor. And I somehow managed to put my foot, the one stuck in the bucket, through a classroom door. Whoops! When I tried to hang the nets on the goalposts for football practice, I somehow managed to get so tangled up in them that the games teacher had to cut me out. Whoops! The nets were so full of holes they wouldn't have stopped an elephant. Not that it mattered, because when I pumped up the footballs, I somehow managed to puncture all of them, and none of the children could play football anyway. Whoops! And so it went on. One accident after another. I somehow managed to break a window with a ladder when I tried to wash them. Whoops! I somehow managed to spill paint all over the art teacher. Whoops! I somehow managed to stab, I won't tell you where, the math teacher with a compass. Whoops! The head teacher could not believe her eyes. "Mr. Clumsy," she said, "as caretaker, you are supposed to mend things, but you have somehow managed to break everything and fix nothing." What can I say? It was all true. I just have this knack of breaking everything I touch. "I think," said the head teacher, "that it would be a good idea if you left before you break anything else." She was quite right. It was the only sensible thing to do, so I left. But unfortunately, not before You guessed it. I somehow managed to break something else. As I closed the school gates behind me, they somehow managed to fall over. Whoops!